Hey, good morning, everybody. How are you? It is your girl Sasha one more time. Guys, I'm doing real good with these videos. Consistency is key, and I am on video, number 3? Uploading every week, once a week. So if you have subscribed, thank you so much for tuning in. And if you are not a subscriber yet, please do subscribe. Hit the thumbs up button. Hopefully you've seen some other videos and you liked some of the content that I'm putting out there. And I'd love to have you every week for my CNA advice videos. If this is your first time watching, a little bit about me, real quick and to the point. My name is Sasha. I'm a single parent. I'm an aspiring author. That's what I do on the side. I also just started, I actually took the plunge and purchased a website this week. www.justifiedlady.com. I'm a Christian, and this website is going to be basically my blog, scriptures that I read on the day today that motivate me, that I feel like that people may not understand, that God has given me the graces to understand, that I feel like people should know, especially women and single mothers. This stuff I'm going to be sharing on there. So I'm going to put the link to my website, www.justifiedlady, in the bio. But I'm an aspiring author. I substitute teach from time to time, but the majority of my bread and butter right now is CNA work. So that's what I'm doing, and I enjoy it. So I decided to upload some content with CNA advice, things that I've dealt with in the past while I've been working in the field, and even some stuff I'm dealing with right now that will be profitable to people that are thinking about getting into the field or not. So let's get started. Today, this might be a quick video today because y'all, I just pulled a 14-hour shift last night and it was crazy. I walked in the first floor. They only had one CNA, and she wasn't even on the schedule. She just popped up thinking she was on the schedule, and luckily she did, or they wouldn't have had anybody. We had somebody elope, and we were short on my floor. It was crazy, but I made it, and I was working with a nice group of people, and I worked with my favorite nurse last night. So everything went good. So the topic of this video today is, somebody asked me a question, and she said, I'm going to my first long-term care facility. I've been working assisted living since I've been a CNA. I got certified and decided to do assisted living, and I want something that makes a little bit more money, but I've heard things. So, Sasha, what is your advice for me going to a long-term care facility? And I gave her 5 things just off the top of my head, and I'm going to share those with you. If you are watching this video and you're thinking about going to a facility, long-term care, and you've never been, these are some 5 things that you need to know going in that will make it profitable, that will make you prosperous, that will make you enjoy it, things that nobody will never tell you because they just won't. Okay, so the number 1 thing that I told her to do is to always use stand-up lifts. Okay, I just had a situation not too long ago. I'm gonna check this time. Okay, I'm good. All right, I just had a situation at my job where I was trying to lift a lady that she's not necessarily a 2 assist, because on my orientation, I watched a woman that was orientating me lift her up by herself, but she was a considerably larger woman. And I think she'd been doing it a while too, like 20 years. But I watched her lift this lady up and put her in the chair. When I went to do it with her, I don't know whether the woman just decided she was going to be difficult, but she was just like a log, dead weight, would not move. I'm still trying because I want to impress these people at this facility, and I wound up pulling my back. I wound up having to take 2 days off. I was alternating between a heating pad and an ice pack for 2 days. Corporate did not pay me my PTO time. I said that to say this: you risking your body is not worth whatever they asking you to do. It's not. If there's an easier way to get that thing done that is safer for everybody, because if you fall with that resident, y'all both gonna be messed up. The nurse is gonna be upset because she's got paperwork to do. Now she's got to fall, and usually that stuff happens at the end of the shift. So you have to think about the resident and yourself. Corporate People in the office do not care about you hurting yourself. They figure you know what you're signing up for. And if I had to guess, if they were like that about my PTO time, chances are if I really hurt myself, I'm going to have a time trying to get my short-term disability too. So stand-up lifts it is. Period. Because, I mean, you can't even really depend on people to come help you, because sometimes people don't want to help you because they done had a bad day and they feel like, oh, when I started here, didn't nobody help me, so I'm not helping nobody else. They have mechanical things there for you to use. Please use them. That was the first thing I told her. The second thing I told her, and I'm coming off the top of my head because I wanted to get this video done today. Second thing I told her was to be on an as-needed speaking basis with people. Because when the drama starts happening, you're going to be glad that you kind of speak to people, just to say I'm here and, I'm here if you need my help and I'm a part of the team, but I really ain't about to be kiki and cackalaking in your face like that because I know how the thing goes. That's how I am in my job. I have a few that I talk to, but they really don't know my personal business like that. It's not necessary. And there was a situation again where at a place I worked at before, where a nurse that I kind of liked and another aide that I kind of liked got into it. And I didn't even take the time to hear about this, to really get all the specifics of what happened. And I actually clocked in and walked into the situation head on. The aide that I got along with was getting on the elevator. She was upset and the nurse was coming down the hall. And I didn't even take the time to even really get the specifics, because it's like this. If you figure out what's going on, then you got to pick a side. I don't want to pick no side. I just want to work. That's all I want to do. I'm not here for all that. I just want to work. So I told her to stay on an as-needed speaking basis with people. Don't be stuck up. Be cordial, but kind of, let them know it's business. Definitely. Something else I told her, and I might not say 5 because I should have wrote it down. But something else I told her. Don't tell people what you do to make your job easy. That is your business. That is your business. Do not share that, because guess what? If they screw it up and they get sloppy with it and they don't get your routine on point and the nurse gets a hold of it and she's one of those nurses that doesn't have any sympathy for what you have to do on the floor as an aide, then that person's going to get in trouble and they're going to come back and say, oh, well, Sasha taught me how to do that. Now your routine is out in the open. Now that nurse is going to be going behind to see how you do things. Like sometimes I might put an insert in somebody who's a heavy wetter, not necessarily to not go check them, but because I don't feel like having to roll that person back and forth to change their bed, or to keep having to roll them over pads and things like that, making them uncomfortable while they're trying to rest. If I can make them where they're not going to leak, then that's what I'm going to do. And a lot of nurses consider that double briefing, just because that's something they feel like doing. You tell somebody that's what you doing and they go and do it, and they decide to not insert it the right way. They decide to actually take the doggone brief and unsnap it and snap it around and have them with 2 briefs on. Guess what? If state comes in and they see that like that, that's going to look like neglect. Trust me, that person get in trouble. They're going to say you taught them how to do that. Don't tell anybody what you do to make your job easier. That is your business. Help them, but don't tell them what you do. Number 4, I told her to leave work at the door when you clock out, and leave your personal life at the door when you clock in. You hear that at every job, but it is especially important with long-term care, because you're dealing with older people. And as I said before, they want to be made to feel like they're at home. If they're at home and they like, say they like tea and they like 49 cough drops in it, they like 3 mint leaves in it, they like 4 blankets, 2 towels, 5 pairs of socks on, 3 pairs of pants. If that's what they're asking you to do, then you need to have the mindset to do it and not be irritable. If you bring in all the stuff that you got going on from home, you're going to act like you're irritable with that person, but really they just want to be made to feel like they're at home. If you knock all that stuff out of the park one time, they won't hit the light all night. I know I've done it. I've done that with people that have a reputation for being on their call light all night long. I go in there and make them feel comfortable, and I don't hear from them all night. And when I come in the next night, they greet me in the hallway. Hey, Sasha, how you doing? I have not had a lot of jobs where people be greeting me at the door. So I must be doing something right. But you know why it's like that? Because I understand the concept of leaving your personal life at the door when you clock in. Because technically you are walking into these people's homes. You wouldn't walk in their house with an attitude, so you don't walk in their room with an attitude. And it's not always easy to do. I do understand, but that's just why you just got to stay prayed up. You got to stay prayed up, and definitely don't take that stuff at home, because your family doesn't deserve to hear about what's going on and have what's going on at that job taken out on them either, because at the end of the day, you are replaceable. So if you're that unhappy with it, then leave it alone. Because if they unhappy with you, they going to leave you alone. So don't even take that stuff home. It's not even worth it. And finally, what I told her, I did remember the 5 points. Finally, the number 5 point that I gave her was do not argue with the nurses. If you feel like what they're doing, what they're asking you to do is foolishness, and they just having you jump through the ringer, they've been watching you go down the hall all day long, sweating bullets, busting your behind, and they want to ask you to do something that you know is just, it's stupid, just smile and nod. Just smile and nod. Because chances are, even at any other run-of-the-mill job, you can tell when a supervisor is just throwing their weight around just to be throwing it around. She's not going to go check and see whether you did that. She's not. So just smile and nod. Continue on with your routine. Better yet, be even more meticulous with your routine so you can take more time. And if she does decide to go back and check that stuff, you make sure that you have filled up your time so good that she doesn't decide to go back and check it until about 2:25 when it's time for you to walk out the door. Oh, I'm sorry. If it has to be a write-up, so be it. I have to go get my kids. Boom. If she's asking you to do something that you know needs to be done for the care, for the well-being of the resident, definitely do it. But if you know she's throwing her weight around, don't even fool with that. Just smile and nod and go on about your business. There are some that's going to make an issue of it. Deal with it accordingly then. But most of the time they don't go check. And then finally, I just told her, stay positive. Stay positive. Remember, you there for the residents. You there for your income. That is it. None of it needs to go home. Do your job. Realize that you are replaceable. So make it about the residents. Don't bust your back for the people you work for. If you're going to bust your back for anybody, bust your back for the residents. That's why you're there. Okay. So that was the top 5 things that you should do if you're going to work for a long-term care facility. Just some things that I came off the top of my head with, so she would be confident walking into her first day. But anyway, guys, I'm about to run out of time. I will see you guys next week. I got to get in here and get some sleep. Make sure you visit www.justifiedlady.com. That is my new website. I have one blog up right now. I'm working on another one that I'm going to be posting. Really working on my consistency. And I hope that you will hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I hope I wasn't too long-winded. I hope I didn't bore you. If I did, I apologize. Blame it on sleep deprivation, because I am very tired right now. But anyway, until next week, be blessed, be humble, be great. See you later.